Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Human Paladin. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. In the last episode, we completed our objectives within Northshire Valley, and now we look to aid those within Goldshire. We have a quest to pick up here from Falcon Isenstrider, and then we should be arriving in town shortly. So, let's get started.
Hello.
Every adventurer should rest when exhaustion sets in, and there's no finer place to get rest and relaxation than at the Lion's Pride Inn. My best friend, Innkeeper Farley, runs the Lion's Pride. If you tell him I sent you, he may give you the special discounted rates on food and drink. To find the Lion's Pride Inn, travel south along the road from here. You can't miss it.
Have a good one.
So we're going to pick up some extra food and or drink. I think I prefer to have the refreshing spring water. It's always cool looking at some of this stuff. Noticing the finer details in some of these starting sections here. Even stuff like the wall over there, separating the valley from the rest of the forest. I wonder if you can actually climb up this hill here and get into the valley. Actually, something interesting that I kind of want to check out. It would explain how the Defias got in so easily, as well as perhaps even the kobolds. Crystal Lake, that's a little bit further south. I thought that would be more down here. I suppose it stretches out pretty far. It doesn't appear to be a super easy way up the hill. But I bet if we spent enough time at it, we probably could make our way over the hill into the valley from here. The Abbey is quite unique in that I believe it is the only starting area that has a return quest to go back to. You never pick up a quest from, the Valley of Trials, for example, or any other place in Durotar that would send you back to that starting area. And I think the same goes for all of the other starting areas as well. There's virtually no reason to return besides the humans. Let's check out this house here. I always forget what's here. So I know we've got fishing. We won't be needing that. We cannot use fishing in this challenge. And we got the Skinner and Leatherworker. I had a feeling it was going to be either the leatherworking stuff or the tailoring related stuff. We've got a sighting from the orphans today. I forgot that there was a home somewhere around Goldshire where these guys kind of creepily gather. I always wondered why there was such creepy ambiance and music in some of these places. This isn't the only regular house that this creepier music exists, but yeah, normally these kids are in some sort of weird circle, but they're kind of just staring at the wall. Maybe it's just a anniversary realm thing. Anytime I see books and whatnot, I'm gonna stop and try to take a look and see if any of them are readable. I feel like we can find some pretty cool stuff just on the shelves. Alright, I think that is enough for now. Let's head into town. We'll set our new home. I think the Lion's Pride Inn is going to be our home for quite a bit. So it's good to see on the minimap that we do get at least a circle or some sort of indicator that we have a quest turn in. Because on the map we've got nothing. which is going to be really interesting because there's going to be some quests much later on down the line, especially in like the 30s and 40s, where trying to guess where somebody might be located with perhaps more vague information from the quest giver can be pretty tough.
Greetings.
Let's speak with Marshal Duggan first.
Be careful.
You have word from McBride? Northshire is a garden compared to Elwyn Forest, but I wonder what Marshal McBride has to report.
Light bless you.
Well, it says here that you've been awarded acting deputy status with the Stormwind Marshals. Congratulations. And good luck. Keeping Elwyn safe is no picnic. What with the most of the army busy doing who knows what, for who knows which noble. It's hard to keep track of politics in these dark days. So we're going to get a pikeman shield for this.
Go with honor, friend.
Interesting that we actually have a title as the player character. I didn't realize that we were given that. But you wouldn't if you don't read the quest text. So this is all pretty interesting stuff for me. So for the Fargo Deep Mine, the mine in Northshire isn't the only one with problems. I reports that the Fargo Deep Mine in Elwyn also has become a haven for kobolds. Explore the mine and confirm these reports, then return to me. The mine is almost due south of Goldshire, between the Stonefield and McClure homesteads.
For the Alliance.
So we're given a couple of other places to check out within that quest text as well, which is pretty cool.
Light be with you.
I think we'll just vendor the shield for now. I kind of want to stick with a two-hander for the most part, at least for now. And we can get a pretty good idea of what the prices look like for some upgrades that we can look forward to. We're just under 2 silver at the moment, and everything here costs basically at least that amount, or around 3 or 4. But let's take a look at the weaponsmith.
What are you looking for?
Miss Karina Steele. And it looks like our goal is the wooden mallet, which is going to cost us 7 silver. That's quite a lot. So we've definitely got some saving up to do. Want to put an emphasis on abilities first, though. As important as a weapon is, especially for a paladin, we're gonna need our abilities. We get a lot of really awesome utility-based stuff and whatnot at lower levels, so I would definitely want to focus on that first. So from Innkeeper Farley, rest and relaxation for the tired and the cold. That's our motto. Please take a seat by the fire and rest your weary bones. Would you like to try sampling of some of our fine food and drink? We'll take the refreshing spring water. Taking the pumpkins would add like an extra inventory slot
Safe travel.
that we don't need. We've already got 7 of the Darnasian blue cheese.
How are you?
Let's make sure that we set this as
See you
our
later.
home. And I don't think we have to pick up anything else necessarily, but let's take a look at the other vendors just to see what we could get. Bags, of course, are going to be another thing that is going to be important for us. I would love to pick up some bags at some point.
I buy and trade.
And
the
we
Alliance.
cannot do anything with cooking. So we can ignore the cooking trainer, but we are going to pick up first aid at some point. Probably not right away, because we do have a heal that we can utilize in the meantime. And picking up first aid will set us back 1 silver at least. So I think we're okay to skip it for now, but let's explore the rest of the Lion's Pride Inn. See if we can find anything else that is interesting. Something else that we haven't noticed before. The first aid trainer is upstairs. That is good to know. I love how all the chairs are interactable, even though nobody ever sits in them. Still a nice touch to the immersion of the game. And look at that, we do have an interactable book here, Ice Crown and the Frozen Throne. Has this always been in vanilla? Because that's really interesting. I'm sure this is quite long, though. Plus, I'm sure most of us actually know this story. Really cool that the book opens too when you click on it. I never realized that books would do that. It's about 6 pages long. That is not too bad. I wonder... Yeah, you know, this chest is interesting too. I've never... It's so interesting that there's just these random items in the middle of nowhere that don't have any purpose, but seems like they could have at some point. So far, I am enjoying playing without add-ons for the most part, but I would say that there are maybe a few that could actually improve our immersion just a little bit that I might consider. I know that there is an add-on that picks up books like the Frozen Throne upstairs, and it kind of saves them to a little catalog that you can refer to. And of course, I think maybe popping on Dialogue UI might be a good idea at some point as well to make this quest window a little bit more readable, look a little bit more cool, I guess I suppose. Well, let's see what William Pestle needs with cobalt candles. Hello, good sir. Do you have a moment? My brother and I run an apothecary in Stormwind, and I'm here to gather large candles for their wax. Can you help me? You can get large candles from kobolds, and I hear rumors that kobolds are infesting the Elwyn mines, the Fargo Deep mine in the south, and the Jasper Lode mine to the east. I suggest looking for candles in one of those places.
Have a good one.
Simple enough. Yeah, now right away I'm already second guessing myself as far as where the other quests are that we can pick up. We've obviously got at least 1 or 2 here from Remy 2 times. Looks like it's just the gold dust exchange. Kobolds in these parts sometimes carry gold dust on them. I could really use this stuff. Bring me a load of it and I will give you the best price in town. Best price in town. You can find kobolds in the Fargo Deep mine to the south and around the Jasper Lode mine to the northeast.
See you around.
It's cool that they give you the option to go to either one right away, even though one is clearly the correct choice, at least for our current level. But if you didn't have proper game knowledge, you could very well try to go to the northeast, and you'd have to go through these murlocs here. You'd also have to go through like level 8, 9 prowlers and other sorts of wolves and whatnot. And then when you arrive, you're going to get, you know, absolutely blasted by the kobolds there, especially with the geomancers. New players will find out very, very quickly that fireballs hurt at every level, regardless of what kind of enemies you are facing. It is worth noting that I do have one add-on turned on at the moment, and that is Narcissus, but that is simply to capture my thumbnails, so not actually doing anything for us. We are approaching the mine. We're starting to see some kobolds here and there. So let's get to work. We'll kill some kobolds on the way to either farm. I can't remember which one would actually be a little bit more efficient, but it doesn't matter all that much in this playthrough. Let us go wherever we'd like to go and kill whatever we'd like to kill. And every time we stumble upon something even remotely interesting, definitely going to stop and take a look. Looks like we picked up a flimsy chain vest. I think that's exactly what we're wearing now. So it doesn't look like we're picking up any white or gray items that could be of an upgrade just yet. Might have to wait until towards the end of the zone to grab stuff like that. Alright, so we've stumbled upon the Stonefield Farm. Let's go ahead and explore this area a bit more.
Looking for
We've
something
got a fruit
specific?
cellar here. I know that these shiny red apples can actually be pretty hard to come by outside of Stormwind itself, and they can be used for other recipes. So if you are picking up cooking and whatnot,
See you later.
picking up a few apples to be able to cook stuff with later is actually not a terrible idea. There is a fruit cellar in Stormwind, I believe, but they travel around, so it can be tough to kind of find out where they are. It looks like we've got 2 quests to pick up.
Well met.
Let's speak with Ma Stonefield first. The Breck Walls have a prize-winning pig, Princess. The sow is huge, and she got that way from sneaking over here and eating my veggies. So before she comes into our fields again, Princess must die. Bring me her collar as proof of the deed, and I'll give you something for your time. Princess is usually over at the Brackwall Pumpkin Patch to the east and beyond the McClure Farm. Get her before she gets hungry and comes back here. These are all white items, which are pretty cool, so we can actually pick up bracers from this if we were able to kill Princess, but
Be careful.
this is a pretty tough quest. Cool that it says to just kind of go directly east and past the McClure Vineyards, which will take you along the darkened bank and honestly into plenty of danger along the way. So, yeah, it really, people aren't kidding when they say classic hardcore really, or even just like the original vanilla version of WoW, really tried to kill players back then and even today.
Hello.
I lost my necklace, and I think that gutter snipe Billy McClure took it. He's usually scuttling like a rat around the McClure Vineyards east of here. Get my necklace back for me, and you'll warm an old widow's heart.
Have a good one.
Okay, very well. So we're being sent to the McClure Vineyards. We're going to head over there momentarily. Let's just take a quick look at the stables over here. Not too much to see. It looks like there is a food crate. I wonder if you can find anything in these food crates besides just kind of like basic food, like these apples, for example. Also curious if these torches are always lit and what the lighting kind of looks like at night. And something that I notice more and more now that I'm paying closer attention. We're definitely going to run into a few kobolds here and there, so it looks like a lot of them are dead actually. Let's take on a few more before we head into the vineyards. Try to be careful as we do so. Looks like we see a fellow player nearby, so I feel a little bit safer. We can simply just head up the hill here. Let's head into the vineyard. I forgot to vendor some of my stuff back at the fruit cellar at the Stonefield farm. Let's see if there's a vendor here as well, so we can empty our bags a little bit. I think I want to grind on these boar just for a little bit. Not just for the experience, but also just to get some vendor gold as well. Hopefully they drop like chipped tusks or broken tusks or something of the sort.
You need something?
And we did start to get some linen cloth. We'll definitely want to hold on to that. Let's speak with Maybell first.
How are you?
Oh, I'm cursed. My heart belongs to Tommy Joe Stonefield, but our families are bitter enemies. So I can't see him, even though my eyes ache to gaze upon that handsome face. Please, take this letter and give it to Tommy Joe. He's usually at the river to the west of the Stonefield farm, which is due west of here.
See you around.
Very well. Yeah, see, even like in a building like this, we get this kind of creepy, almost forsaken ambiance. Oddly enough. We've got a cozy fire here. I wonder if cozy fires are different than any other fire, and I wonder if you can actually use this to cook. I feel like any time you can hover over a fire and it has some sort of name, that usually means that you can utilize it as you see fit. Also, there's a picture of the 1,000 Needles in here, which is very curious. I feel like this isn't the only place I've seen this. I feel like I've seen this in Horde inns as well. I wonder why 1,000 Needles. It's hard for me to believe that the McClure family had paid a visit to Kalimdor at all. Or even if they know that it exists, whatsoever.
Greetings.
Mr. Gerard Tiller here.
Have a good one.
Interestingly enough, we can trade water for apples, it looks like.
See you later.
I guess another form of, or another way to get apples, I suppose. Billy McClure, the lost necklace. You lost a what? Well, I didn't take no necklace because I ain't no thief. I might know who did, but I'm too hungry to remember. Maybe if I got a pie, I could tell you who has the necklace. And I think that old Bernice lady at the other farm makes great pork belly pies. Maybe if you gave her some chunks of boar meat from the boars that hang around our farms and told her what it was for, she'd bake up a pie for you. We'll go ahead and collect that boar meat. I always thought it was cool that if you tried hard enough, you could get up on these shelves up here. And I was always surprised that there wasn't some sort of like chest. I'm actually surprised we actually got on our first try. But just some hay and whatnot. It would be really cool if they like hid some sort of cool chests up here with random items in them. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. They could just be battered chests like normal. But yeah, I wonder if there is anything cool in these types of areas. There's plenty of these types of buildings scoured about the Eastern Kingdoms. And so we're going to set out. We're going to grind on some boar for a bit. We'll collect a little bit more than 4 boar meats. We'll kind of take a look and see what else they drop. If there's anything useful that we can vendor, I think we'll spend a little extra time so that we can start building up our new white pieces and still have enough to purchase new upgrades and abilities. So we got some boar meat there, and we picked up a broken boar tusk. So hopefully that is worth something. Since we don't have add-ons, we cannot see its worth. Let's take a look at Maybell's love letter too. I didn't even realize that we could actually read this. Tommy Joe, with each passing hour, my heart withers from your absence. Oh, if only our folks could see beyond the silly crimes they have done to each other, and know that the only true crime is hate. Hate consumes, and I fear in these dimming times that hate will take hold of more than just our families. If they realize this, then we could at long last be together. It is for that day I hope, and for that day I live. Your love, Maybell. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the letters in particular in the books that you can find and whatnot are a little bit difficult to read. Which is why I think Dialogue UI could be a decent option. There are aspects of that add-on that do make, I guess, the questing interface easier to navigate through, I suppose. So you could say that changes things, but I feel like if I'm using it just to simply read out some quest text, I don't think I'm really losing all that much from the experience. But definitely let me know what some of your favorite add-ons are that have boosted your immersion. There's obviously the immersion add-on itself. A lot of people use the AI voiceover add-ons. But let me know if you've used anything in the past that has enhanced your experience. At such low levels like this, it's hard to keep track of my health sometimes, because I forget that I'm playing with no gear, no talents, and whatnot. And we're taking a lot of damage, even as a male user this early on, with the extra armor. But it can be easy to forget what you're doing in the lower level zones. Let's take out this boar. We've got our boar meat, and the more I think about it, I think it might be a better idea to grind on some of these kobolds, if anything. Just because we cannot actually use the extra meat we get, it's going to be vendored. Whereas with the kobolds, we can certainly use the linen cloth for first aid. And they drop actual, just straight up copper. Interesting, we've picked up the kobold mining shovel. It is considered a mace, ironically enough. It's a slight upgrade, but I feel like I would rather sell this. It's going to sell more than the mace that we got from the quest. It's going to vendor for more. And those are the pickups that we definitely like to see. We want as many gray and white items to drop, not only for the chance at an upgrade, but also because they're going to vendor for the most, especially the weapons. Let's keep farming these kobolds. Some of them are dropping, 8, 9 copper a piece, which is pretty good. And even the linen cloth itself, we're probably going to have extra of. And as we make bandages, we can sell the bandages for a little bit extra money if we don't end up using them that often. Which honestly, that might be the play for a little while. Get a little bit of extra money from first aid. Stick with our healing spells when we can. I'm also very thankful that these guys do not run. That is also a very good thing. Now we do need to explore the mines. So why don't we go ahead and do that next. Caves, since we are playing an Iron Man character and we are on a hardcore server, we're going to obviously tread carefully in caves, but we'll try to avoid them altogether in many cases too, if we can. Just not going to be worth spending too much time in. Exploring, at least, like taking a look at some of the extra cool stuff, like these different machines and whatnot. We didn't need to do much here. We've already explored what we needed to, but we'll be coming back here for Gold Tooth anyway, and maybe then we can take like a closer look. But I certainly don't want to take that on until we are closer to level 10. We'll have some new abilities by that point, and hopefully some new gear as well. And I feel a little bit better about taking on the rest of the Fargo Deep Mine once we have our initial round of upgrades. After this Cobalt Tunneler, let's take a look at our quest log. So we've completed everything that we can, except for the Gold Dust Exchange. We need a couple more of those, and then we'll be ready to turn everything in. So we'll probably head back to the McClure Vineyards first, and then we'll head back to the Stonefield Farm. Got another gray sword to drop here, a gray item. It's honestly pretty on par with our two-hander at the moment. So who knows, if we were to pick up a shield randomly while we're out here, I might be inclined to run with sword and board for a little bit. Back into the McClure Vineyards now. I got a few more boar, just for some extra experience. Maybe we can actually grind on them until level 7. We're pretty close. Pick up a few more venerable pieces. that, we have reached level 7. Some extra hit points and mana to be had, which is very nice. We'll have to wait another level to pick up some new stuff.
I supply only the finest goods.
I suppose we should turn in our quest first with Billy McClure so that we can get the extra meat out of our inventory, and then we can vendor the rest. Oh, that's right. It's not with Billy. It's with the Stonefield. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we have to go over to the Stonefield farm first then. So we can simply vendor the other stuff that we have.
Hello.
And then we'll head over. Alright, we're at 6 silver and 76 copper. I think we're doing pretty good for ourselves. It's almost enough to buy the new weapon. But I'm not sure how much our new abilities at level 8 are going to cost. So, but I'm very tempted to purchase the weapon if we're already at 7 silver. But we'll see how much experience we get from turning in all these quests as well, as we could very easily fill up this experience bar for level 7 with what we've completed so far. See if we can take on that level 9 bear, just for fun. With our healing and whatnot, I feel like we can do it. Very cool. I don't think the bears have anything in particular. The chipped claw, that might be... It's going to be worth something, but I'm sure the broken tusks from the boar probably sell for just as much. Could be wrong, though. We'll have to find out. Alright, Bernice Stonefield.
You need something?
I don't think it's right feeding the boy who stole my necklace in the first place, but if that's what it takes to get back what's mine, then so be it.
See you later.
Though this wild boar meat is tough, simmer it enough, and it sure does make for some tasty pie.
See you around.
Here you go, and when you give this pie to that Billy, you tell him I hope he chokes on it.
Safe travels.
And we'll go ahead and deliver that. And then I believe we need to speak with Tommy as well. There he is, right by the river.
What can I do for you?
You have what? Maybelle is the light of my dull life. Hurry, let me see her letter.
Have a good one.
I can't stand being apart. I have to see her.
Safe travels.
Please, Sedelian, talk with my grandma. If anyone can find a way to bring together bring me together with Maybell, she can. She's inside our house east of here.
Have a good one.
We'll go ahead and speak with her first. Before we head back to Goldshire.
Greetings.
While our families are feuding, Tommy Joe and Maybell don't have much of a future, but maybe we can get them together for just a little while. What can we do?
Farewell.
I bet William Pestle has a potion to unite our two lovers. Here, take this note to William. He's staying at the Lion's Pride Inn in Goldshire.
Be careful.
Very well. What was given to us there? Grandma Stonefield's note. Hello, William. It's been years since we've spoken, but I trust you and your brother are well, and that your apothecary thrives. I must ask a favor of you. William. In short, my grandson Tommy Joe has lost his heart to young Maybell McClure, and although they adore each other, our families have been feuding for years. I fear the war between the Stonefield and the McClures will kill Tommy Joe and Maybell's blossoming romance, and in times like these, where dark news and rumors of war loom over us, youth and love must be nurtured. So, the favor I ask, that you use your skills then to concoct a potion or elixir to aid these young lovers in their quest for each other. Thank you, William, and please, when you have some time away from work, come visit. We'll have a few chuckles over the past. Mildred. So Grandma Stonefield has a name. Something else that you wouldn't know without reading her little note to William, and clearly her and William have some sort of past. That is very cool. And yeah, it's tough to read when it's in the top left corner here, so I do think activating dialogue UI probably just would be the best thing for us. I think it should enhance the experience. At least what I'm looking for. Alright, let's give it a shot for the rest of the episode as well. Should be fairly quick to turn on. Where are you at? Dialogue UI. Before we speak to Billy, let's go ahead and vendor this stuff that we've got in our inventory.
Good day to you.
And then once we turn in all of our quests, let's see where we're at. We could be pretty close to level 8. Yeah, see, this is much better, and I think it takes the same configurations that we have on all of our characters, so we don't have this like weird camera movement that it does do, which can be pretty cool, but I think, you know, it's not super necessary. It's just nice having this cool parchment style UI with just a lot easier time to read. Look, I'm starving. Do you have that pie for me, Sedelian? Yep, this pie is the best. I think my memory is coming back to me. I was playing near the Fargo Deep Mine, and I think I I saw the old lady's necklace. Don't ask me how it got there, it wasn't me. Well, anyway, I saw this big gold-toothed kobold pick up the necklace and run into the mine. Go find that kobold and you'll find the necklace, I swear. So, no no big reward in it for us necessarily. Just some leather gloves, which we're not going to need, but should be a nice chunk of experience when we're ready to take that quest on. Could use our Hearthstone from here, because we are going to take a break, I think, after this, but let's just take a nice stroll back. Kill a few kobolds and boars along the way. Ooh, what do we have here? Loose chain belt. It is actually better than what we have now as a gray item. So let's go ahead and equip it. Every bit of armor counts. That was very strange. We got kind of turned around by something when we went over that hill. Interesting little bug there. And we're almost back to town. Alright, very good. Let's speak with Remy 2 times first.
How are you? See you around.
It's gonna be nice hitting the spacebar again to kind of navigate through the quest text. Psst, you have that gold dust for me?
See you later.
Thanks for the dust, Sedelian. Here's your cash, and here's a token from associates of mine. You might find it useful. Useful. So the bag of marbles. I don't know if the rule set forbids the use of these items. I'm just going to assume that they do. Maybe I'll check in between episodes just to be certain, because some of these items that you can pick up are definitely very useful for a hardcore run. If not, they do vendor for quite a lot. So there's still that. Sedelian, there's a new threat in Elwyn Forest. Murlocs are swimming up the streams of eastern Elwyn, scaring away fish and attacking gentle folk. I warned Marshal Duggan, but he's more worried about the gnolls and the bandits. He's not convinced that the Murlocs are a danger. Please, Sedelian, speak to Duggan and persuade him to send more troops to the east. Interesting how his tone has kind of changed in between quests. Definitely a little bit different. Marshal
What can I do
Duggan?
for you? Go with honor, friend.
This is bad news. What's next? Dragons? We'll have to increase our patrols near that mine. Thanks for your efforts, Sedelian. And hold a moment. I might have another task for you.
For the Alliance.
The Jasperloden mine. Thanks to you, we know the Fargo Deep Mine is infested with kobolds. Now we need to scout to investigate the more distant Jasperlode mine. Explore Jasperlode and confirm any kobold presence. To reach the mine, travel east along the road until you reach the Tower of Azora. From the tower, head north, and you'll find the mine in the foothills. The Tower of Azora is also very interesting to me because it's a
Light bless you.
place
Be
that
careful.
not a whole lot happens with. I kind of want to explore the Tower of Azora again just to kind of see. I think the mage class quest might have something to do with it, but it's cool that it's being used in quest text here to kind of denote where you might be in the map and to help you navigate to the Jasperlode mine in this case.
Light be with you. Go with honor, friend.
Yes, I spoke with Remy. I respect him as a merchant, though all reports of murlocs to the east have been sketchy at best. Your concerns are noted, but unless I receive a military report of a murloc threat, we can't afford to send troops east.
Be careful.
If you are concerned that the rumors of murlocs are true, then do this. Travel to the Eastern Elwyn Bridge and speak with Guard Thomas. He has been stationed at the bridge for the past week and will know the state of the area. Bring me his report.
Light bless you.
I shall do that.
King's honor, friend.
Let's vendor a few more things. Like I said, we'll hold on to the bag of marbles for now. It is going to take up an inventory slot, which is going to be pretty tough to maintain. Good to know that we are at 11 silver, though, which might not be too bad. Maybe we can actually go speak with the Paladin trainer first in Goldshire. And see if we can see how much our new abilities will cost us. Brother Wilhelm.
King's honor, friend.
So we're going to get parry at level 8, and it does show us the cost. So this is definitely helpful information. We're definitely going to want parry, obviously. We're going to want purify as well. Should be nice. They only cost 1 silver each, which is great. And hammer of justice. Also definitely want that. So we're looking at about 3 silver. 4 if we really wanted to pick up Seal of the Crusader for any reason, but like I said, I think we'll hold off on the Seal of Crusader until we enter like our mid-teens or so, when enemies take significantly longer to kill. The Seal of the Crusader is going to be nice, I think, in longer fights. But the fights just don't last long enough at this moment in time for it to be worth it. So with that being said, we have enough to purchase our new abilities at level 8 and purchase a new weapon if we so choose to go down that route, and I think we do.
Good day to you.
So let's grab the wooden mallet. This is going to be a very, it's basically going to double our damage with our weapon.
See you later.
And now the rest of our silver is probably going to go towards picking up a set of white gear. Very cool.
Looking
new
for something
mallet.
specific?
We'll sell the militia warhammer, and so we've got one more quest to turn in. Let's also pick up first aid since we have enough to do that as well. Even if we were to hit level 8 right now. So let's do that first. First aid is the only profession that is allowed for the Ironman challenge. And that is nice indeed. I guess that's mostly fair for the warriors and the rogues especially, just classes that take a lot of punishment, but don't have a way to heal themselves very easily. Let's end off by speaking with William.
Hey there. Have a good one.
Did you gather those candles yet?
See you later.
You were busy hunting kobolds, were you? Thanks for the candles, Sidelian. Here's your reward. Glowing wax stick. Again, pretty good venerable item, but we'll take a look and see if those are legal. My brother Morgan is waiting in Stormwind for my shipment of candles. I don't have enough time to make the trip myself, but if you'd like to take him the shipment, he'll pay you well. I've packed up the candles, and you can find Morgan in our shop, Pestil's Apothecary, in the Stormwind Trade District.
Have a good one.
And for the note to William, you have a note from Grandma Stonefield, eh? I haven't seen Mildred in years. I wonder what she has to say.
See you later.
My heart goes out to those 2 poor souls, Maybelle and Tommy Joe. I remember being young and in love once. There must be something I can help them. Must be something I can do to help them. Let me think.
Safe travels.
I can make an invisibility liquor for Maybelle, so she can slip away from the McClure Vineyards and go to Tommy Joe. But to make the liquor, I need some crystal kelp. Although the kelp usually grows in the ocean, sometimes murlocs collect it. See if the murlocs near Crystal Lake have any. Crystal Lake is just east of Goldshire. So another cool interesting note is that Marshal Duggan is not convinced that murlocs are at Crystal Lake. But apparently not only does Remy know, but so does William. Which is definitely interesting. Very cool. I don't think we have anything else to vendor, but we do have first aid. Let us make our first set of bandages. We'll put those here on the bars. I'll put it in the slot that I normally use for potions since we cannot use any. Cannot use elixirs or potions or flasks. Yeah, I'll have to do some research because the Ironman challenge itself, at least according to the official wowchallenges.com site, does not mention anything about these kind of additional items. But it does say like no food buffs or external buffs are allowed. These don't really count as buffs, they're more of debuffs. So we'll have to see if that counts or not. And there we go, we've made 15 linen bandages. I think that's going to last us for a while. So I think any additional bandages that we create, especially if we go over a stack, we'll definitely vendor those for some extra silver. And guys, I think that is going to do it for me for today. And the next one, I'm not sure where we're going to go yet. I think we typically go over to Dunmoreau at this point. And that might be a good idea. It might be a nice change of scenery, so I very well may see you guys there. I think I'm going to include the entire journey, though. We do have some stuff in Stormwind that we can do before we head over there. So in the meantime, as always, I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.